What's up everyone, Masked Nintendo Bandit here, bringing you a theory video, and this one's about Zelda, which just happens to be my favorite subject, by the way. I mean, I could make a whole video dedicated to just why I love The Legend of Zelda, but, like, you know what? Maybe I will. Anyways, so this theory is actually a fun one I came up with myself, and to be perfectly honest, I view it as more of a fact than a theory now because of all the proof given to support it. Now, typically when I tell people about it, they initially dismiss it as incorrect or just plain false, but then I get into the nitty-gritty and they start to realize just how they're so completely and totally and shamefully wrong. If I were to tell you that there was only one Ganon across the whole Zelda timeline, would you believe me? If you said yes, great, give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and go on your merry way knowing that you're a smart, educated, overall fantastic person. But if you said no, then please continue watching as I dazzle you with all my facts. First off, let's take a look at the timeline. For those of you not completely familiar with the official Nintendo-approved timeline, I'll be making a video of that shortly in my attempts to simplify it for y'all smart folk. But anyways, this is the quick rundown of it. As you can see, it is split into three timelines after this game right here takes place, The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Now, where did we first see Ganon, aka Ganondorf, in the Zelda timeline, chronologically speaking? Right here, in this massively important Zelda game. He is first introduced to us when we play as a young, dashing child Link who's fooling around with a pretty girl Zelda in her own backyard. Giggity. Anyways, Ganondorf is introduced as a man with evil eyes, aka the big bad guy who you're probably gonna have some epic climactic battle with at the end of the game or something, I don't know. Fast forward until the game's end, and here's where it all starts to make sense. As adult Link, you beat the crap out of Mr. Pig Demon Lord and send him screaming, literally screaming curses at you and the sages, into a great magic seal. No, not that kind of a seal, like a seal that locks something away. Gah! You guys don't pay me enough. And then Zelda's all like, "Oh Link, you've missed out on being a small child and puberty and acne and blah blah blah, you shall not pass!" And sends Link back into his original timeline. And at the end of the game, the final image that is shown is of Link standing in the same backyard/courtyard with Zelda, his boo, obviously first meeting, so before they have even discussed the man with the evil eyes. However, she's obviously peeking in the window looking at him there. Okay, so already, we have two endings to Ganondorf in this game. First off, as adult Link, you straight up mauled that player and sent him into the Seal of the Sages. Let us now go to the next game in the adult timeline, aka the timeline that playing as adult Link in Ocarina of Time spawned, Wind Waker. According to the very first thing you see in this game, legend has it of the people in Wind Waker that the boy in green appeared out of nowhere when Ganon was trashing everything up and defeated him, and sealed him away, and then vanished back without a trace. And they still wait for his return to this day. Before, of course, you play as Link in Wind Waker. See the connection? Link from Ocarina of Time popped 7 years into the future in his adult form, which, as a side note, was as a 17-year-old, notably, which some people would possibly have still referred to as a boy, and then popped back into his original timeline after he sealed Ganon away, never to return again to that timeline. This is obviously referencing the Hero of Time from Ocarina of Time. So that would mean that also, this is the same Ganon, who broke out of his seal, now wanting to claim Hyrule's wind as his own. And at the end of the game, Link straight up stabs him in the friggin' head, and seals Ganon away again with a different sort of power, at the bottom of the Great Sea, where he sleeps forever along with the Master Sword. The other games in this timeline do not have Ganon in them, which means that he has now effectively been killed off in the adult timeline. Next up, we have the Kid timeline, aka the original Hero of Time's timeline. The next game in this timeline is Majora's Mask, which in and of itself spawns so many different theories and questions just within the game alone, many of which I will touch on later, but okay, this is a side note, but I just gotta say it, Link is not dead in this game, and I will make a video proving why later. Anywho, we're skipping this game since Ganon is not present in it, and we're going straight on to the next one, Twilight Princess. Now this game sort of hid Ganon's presence in it until the mid to end of the actual game, when you confront and defeat Zant, the Usurper King. It is then revealed that Ganon was the one behind the scenes all along that was giving Zant his power and stuff, so it's time to switch main villains. This Ganon's backstory is rather different than that of Wind Waker's Ganon, however, due to Ocarina of Time's Kid ending. Now this ending is understood, but what happens after the credits in Ocarina of Time is Link informs Zelda and the king of Ganondorf's true intentions, and how evil his eyes really are, and they end up attempting to execute him immediately. This is shown in Twilight Princess when the sages stab Ganondorf in the tum-tum, and ultimately it doesn't kill him. He just gets mad, breaks a handcuff, and kills one of them. But the other sages, as a last-minute quick fix, send him, you guessed it, screaming into the Twilight Realm to be sealed away. Anyways, fast forward to the end, and Link straight up stabs him through the stomach, the same spot where they stabbed him earlier. So cool. And Ganondorf dies, ultimately, in a very cinematic way. The other game following is Four Swords Adventures, and yeah, Ganondorf does not return. So now we have him killed off in 2 timelines. On to the third and notably most complicated one. Thirdly, we have the Fallen timeline, which occurs if the hero is defeated. Again, how this happens, I'll cover more of it in another video, but for now we'll just go ahead and go with it. So pretty much what happens in this timeline is, obviously, Ganon isn't defeated at the end of Ocarina of Time, Link is. So therefore Ganon plunges the land into eternal bad stuff forever and ever, and yeah, just pretty much not good overall. That is, until the next Link emerged, the Link in A Link to the Past. Now between this game here and this game here, a battle took place. This is important because as a result of this battle between the good, awesome people of Hyrule and Ganon's evil, nasty army, Ganon was ultimately sealed away, of course, in the Sacred Realm this time. We could also refer to this realm as the Golden Land, but also known as the actual resting place of the Triforce. Ganon then simply waltzed up to the legendary Triforce and wished for all the powers, but it could not grant him entrance back into his light world, where he was from. So instead, he turned the entire Sacred Realm into his own Dark World, hoping to eventually build up enough power to get back into the light world and get right back to straight up wrecking. Now in the game A Link to the Past, Link travels into the Dark World and actually kills Ganon there, in his own realm, like a boss. After this game is over, Ganon's followers in the years to come try to resurrect him here and there, but ultimately Link just shuts it down every time. Thus, Ganon really is no more. Unless, of course, someone tries to resurrect him, and Link doesn't stop them. So, what have we learned, boys and girls? Well, as you've just seen, there really was only one Ganon, split into 3, along with the end of Ocarina of Time. We even see the corresponding character traits. In Wind Waker, he's more refined, and you actually almost feel bad for fighting him. Sometimes, as he is quite the scholar with his speeches about prosperity for his people and winds and whatnot. This is the Ganondorf who was defeated at the end of the Ocarina of Time adult timeline after already ruling the land for 7 years, and thus has already been beaten and had a lot of timeout time in his own personal seal to think about what he's done and what he should now do. The Ganondorf in Twilight Princess is much more violent and just straight up evil. This is the one that never got to rule and was immediately sealed away with fresh sage blood on his hands, and was also stabbed in the gut. I'm pretty PO'd about that. I mean, I would be. And the one in A Link to the Past is the Ganon that never experienced failure and ruled for a very long time until being sealed away. So he's more cowardly and runs away from Link all the time throughout the game and is afraid of having it all taken away again. Ganon really was this one guy with a lot of evil power from his great times a million granddaddy demise, who promised the hero that an incarnation of his hatred would always follow the hero's bloodline. Kinda chilling. Anyway, there you have it. If you guys like this video, please do leave me a like. I would appreciate that mucho, and I don't know, maybe buy you a Coke or something. I don't know. Maybe. Or hey, even better, hit the subscribe button. That would really make my day. And I have no doubt that I would possibly buy you a Coke if you did. Anyways guys, it's been real. Check out some of my other videos for more Zelda theory and lore. Peace!